I want to quote directly from your report, I think the most powerful paragraph, and then I want you to discuss the 7 points that follow. It's under the heading BLM strategy. Given BLM's indifference to facts, its demonstrably horrific effects, its 19th century German ideology of inhumanism, its animus to wealth, and its call for total social upheaval, one may wonder why South African private institutions would throw their endorsements BLM's way. Strategy must be considered, laid out here in 7 steps. Knowing us, having dissected what BLM is, where it comes from, where it hits, where it misses, why should South Africans care about these 7 strategic steps you lay out here?
So your first question was, the question I asked in the report is, why would anyone endorse BLM knowing what we know? And the answer is, well, because they don't know what we know. People want to endorse BLM out of ignorance. And I was there. In 2017, I tried to join BLM. Many good people have had this impulse. Good people in my family have had this impulse of not knowing who Opal Tometi, Patrice Cullors, or Alicia Garza are, of not knowing what they stand for, of not knowing what they're doing, of not knowing the ideology they come from, the effects that they've had. You just hear the slogan, its sound, and you want to support people who are supporting that. So once you know what's going on, I think you also realize how it is that people endorse first, ask questions later, and then find themselves not being willing or able to retract that endorsement. Here's how it works. First, BLM Global Network gets your official endorsement on the basis of a prima facie justifiable grievance. Once you've done that, they use that endorsement both to raise funds, curry favor, and to ramify the norm, the social norm of their ideology, which is that you can judge guilt and innocence by phenotype. And you can judge the guilt and innocence of an institution by race. Once you're in that trap, you've endorsed an institution that endorses that idea of how you should look back on yourself. Then you're forced to investigate yourself for racism using its code, which divides your members, whether you're a school or a business or a hospital or whatever you are, by black and white, by guilty and innocent, by black and white. And once you've done that, you're sure to find grievances. You're sure to find people that are frustrated by being vilified in this way, people who, when tokened as paradigm heroes just by virtue of their skin, then play the role of saying how terrible things are, and that you need fundamental reforms that the institution cannot actually live up to. That's the key stick that BLM Global Network yields. The reforms that it demands and that you've endorsed already are impossible to satisfy without destroying your own institution. Because literally any institution that was founded by a white person is foundationally racist, to use one of their phrases. That means that institution must go before justice can truly be achieved. So anything that you do to try to bring yourself closer to the BLM ideal is not going to be enough. It's going to create ructions within the institution. And then if you don't go all the way and nullify yourself, abolish your own private school, abolish your own private hospital, abolish your own private dental practice, if you don't do that, it's not good enough, and it's evidence that you're still actually a white supremacist. And so then that then feeds the cycle, because it creates more evidence of racial tension, which then creates more spotlight time, airtime for the BLM Global Network, and more people think, wow, you know, we thought this issue went away. It didn't go away. It's actually worse because we're measuring by media time rather than by facts. We better endorse it, because if we don't endorse it now, it's never going to solve the problem. And that then sort of spreads